Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I want to take just a second and talk about type 9s in relationships. If you're a type 9, then I hope that this video encourages you and maybe helps you see yourself in a new and clear way. So I'm just going to put some background videos up while I talk about you, type 9, in a relationship. Here we go. So, what is Enneagram Type 9? Well, we all know Type 9 is called the Peacemaker, the negotiator, the mediator. And when I think about Type 9s, they have a core desire for peace and harmony, and they tend to want to avoid conflict. Now, that doesn't mean 9s can't be snarky sometimes, especially 9-wing 8s, but overall, 9s don't want to have problems. And they have this core fear of being fragmented or separated or alone, like cast out. It's kind of like Harry Potter under the stairs. As long as I don't create too much mischief, then I'll be tolerated. But if I create problems or am a problem, then I know that they're going to kick me out and get rid of me. And so I have to be very careful I don't take up too much space, that I don't lose my temper, or I have to control my voice. But 9s, their gentle nature makes them very supportive and makes them excellent partners. 9s tend to want to live in compatibility mode. They want to be compatible. They don't want conflict. They want to get along with you. And they tend to prioritize the needs of others above their own, often neglecting their own needs and sometimes being completely out of touch with their own needs, not even knowing what they want. And want can even be too strong a word, not even knowing what they really feel in the moment. So it's important for 9s to stay self-aware, and probably there's a good chance that you need to work on boundaries. The concept of having boundaries and even knowing where boundaries should be could probably be a blind spot for most 9s. Let me talk about some red flags in relationships for type 9s that you might miss or overlook because of your desire for peace and harmony. You might not even realize how controlling or manipulative your partner is, or how dismissive of your needs they are. Sometimes, 9s end up in relationships with people that maybe nobody else would be able to tolerate, nobody else would be willing to get along with. And it's okay for you to be a person. You need to hear that. It's okay for you to be a person with needs. You're not a superhuman. You're a human being like the rest of us. And it's okay for you to have needs. If you don't know what your needs are, then maybe you need to do some online tests or online quizzes, or please sign up for coaching. I'd love to help you figure that out. But all of us have 10 basic relationship needs, and you're not a bad person for having needs. Those needs are affection, conversational companion, honesty and openness, financial stability, family involvement, sexual fulfillment, recreational companion, physical attractiveness, domestic support and admiration slash appreciation. And, try to prioritize those needs. And figure out more about yourself. And I tell you, one more thing I'd like to say to 9s is, you are a gut type, and I would encourage you to try to learn to trust your own gut feelings and recognize patterns of unhealthy behavior. There's a great chance that you're much more likely to minimize problems that exist. Then, what you'll do is you'll say, oh, maybe I'm just being ridiculous. Maybe I'm just being hard to get along with. Maybe I'm just demanding too much. No, the reality is much more likely that there is a problem that you don't want to acknowledge. That's much more likely the situation, is that there is a problem here. And realize this, you're not a problem simply because you recognize a problem. Simply because you point out that there is a problem doesn't make you a problem, okay? Problems are real and they need to be dealt with and not just ignored or offloaded because you want to have peace and harmony so desperately. So, potential challenges in type 9 relationships, the tendency to suppress your own emotions can lead to a lot of resentment build up in your own life and passive aggression. You'll just withdraw. What you do is you'll just withdraw from people because you don't want to be around them. And you don't maybe want to say that out loud. I don't like them. I don't want to be around them. But your actions say that because is you just start to ghost people. You just start to disconnect from them. And look, if you don't have good relationship boundaries, you're going to end up with geographical boundaries. Guys, this stuff is good. There's so much great information here. Maybe you need to watch this a couple of times. I need to explain to you the importance of open communication and vulnerability in relationships. To be able to have the courage to just sit down, look somebody in the eyes and say, look, I'm not happy. I'm not satisfied. Something needs to change. And then, just take 20 seconds and say that out loud and then be quiet and let them fight you back, let them push back on you, and then just repeat the same statement. Say, I hear what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. I get what you're saying. Nonetheless, I still feel this way, and we need to get some help. I don't feel confident about our relationship. I want greater intimacy. I want greater connection. So I want to challenge you, because the risk is that you're going to become complacent because you desire to avoid conflict. And so remember this, if you avoid conflict, you're guaranteed to constantly have it. Okay? Think about it. If you don't have it externally, you're going to have it internally in your own head. Let me talk about your strengths for a minute, because you do bring a lot to relationships that you might not value. You might not see the value in it, but you have a desire to be compatible. A lot of people don't. Compatibility is necessary in relationships. You create, by your nature, a peaceful and harmonious relationship. There's a good chance that if I took you out of this marriage and put you in another one, you'd be fine. I probably can't do that with your spouse. I probably can't do that with your partner. You're the one that wants harmony. You're the one that wants to create peace and comfort. It's just sometimes you can get so locked into that you're not able to deal with problems even though they're there. Your unwavering loyalty and commitment to your loved ones needs to be brought up. And also just remind you that you can be a great source of strength and support for your partner. So, a couple of tips before we're done. I just want to encourage you to self-reflection, more awareness of your own personal needs. It's not wrong for you to have needs. Is there anything you could do right now that would make your life better? Let's say it that way. Then those things start to become needs. You should look up a life wheel assessment and ponder on that for a while. Just do a Google search on life wheel assessment, and it will break your life up into several categories. And ask yourself, what can I do to improve these areas of my life? How satisfied am I in each of these areas of my life? And then, even if you decide that you are satisfied, maybe you should ask yourself, should I be so easily satisfied? What does all this contentment bring me? Maybe I should be a little more discontent. And I want you to, stretch out there and be willing to communicate and express your needs and boundaries. Boundaries only work if you believe in them. If you don't believe in them, nobody else will. So you have to decide what's not negotiable for you. And I want to continue to challenge you to personal growth and personal development. And like I said at the beginning of this video, if I could work with you, I would love to work with you. I have a lot of nines reach out to me because they feel stuck in life, stuck in their relationships. And I just want to help you. I just want to come alongside you, encourage you, and maybe you only need one appointment. Maybe you need 3 appointments, whatever it is. I'm here for you. Let's work together. And I wish you the best in all of your relationships.